Welcome to Money and Marriage, Lesson 9, Putting Together a Plan. The last two lessons were really big lessons. You aligned your vision, you set some smart money goals, you looked over your credit histories, and you built your debt snowball if you have some debt. We talked through supporting each other through those goals and what it means to be a team. This week, we're getting to the really, really tactical stuff. Okay. So some of you are like really excited, and a bunch of you are here saying, oh no, it's what I feared. Yes, we're going to make a budget. We'll be building your budget together in this lesson. And in the next lesson, you'll be settling the age old debate, who does what? Let's dive into what you need to know to make a successful budget. I'm very excited about this. First, and it might sound like a broken record, but please attack this as a team. You now know each other's love languages, your money personalities, and your spending personalities. Please put each other first. That means put your spouse first and encourage each other through your budget making process. So we are going to go through who does the first pass budget, who modifies it, and how you get to a compromise. Your activities in this lesson all center around building your budget together. That's what this is. I've given you a template to download below. Let's go through that now. This budget has 3 sections: your income, your expenses, and your bottom line. It's built to capture your expenses in a few different categories. So you can see here, there are a bunch of categories, and they should be pretty self-explanatory. But you have expenses from your job, you have housing expenses, you have way down at the bottom, there's miscellaneous and sinking funds. There's a lot of different categories here: children's expenses, fun money, and food, essentials, things like that. Please notice that your groceries and dining out are separate categories. You have groceries up here in household expenses, essential expenses. And then you have dining out, which includes fast food, coffee, restaurants, all of that, stopping at the gas station to get a Mountain Dew. You have, or whatever you drink. I hate Mountain Dew. All of that goes in dining out restaurants. Okay. So go ahead and take a look, familiarize yourself with the budget template, download it, familiarize yourself right after this. The first step, there are 3 steps to creating a budget. The first step is to creating a budget is reviewing what you spent last month. Add it all up. You go through, you literally, whoever is more on the planning side of things, you know your personality now, whoever's on the planning side of things, you literally go through and you add it all up. Take your best guess. Don't try to be perfect. And then see how it all fits in. Next, the next step is decide. Enter what you think you should be spending in each category. Your budget, as you're doing that, remember, your budget should help you fulfill your SMART goals. So the 3 steps are review what you spent last month, decide what you'll spend this month, and review it against your money goals. Is your budget helping you get to your goals? You can choose. Now, here's how you do it together. You can choose to fill it out together, but usually one person, the planner, fills out the budget first and then passes it over to the more carefree spouse to make sure there's money to take care of your whole self and your marriage. Okay, so I'm the planner. I'm serious. I like to spend money, but I really love to get to our financial goals. So I do the first pass budget and I send it to my husband. And by send, I mean, I say, come on over here, honey, let's look at this. And then I shut up. I stop talking and I say, what do you think? And his requirement is that he has to go through and he has to change something. He has to add money, subtract money, whatever he wants to do. This makes him nervous. He doesn't like looking at money. He doesn't like finances. He doesn't want to make me angry. He wants to do what he thinks I'm going to do. But you know what? That's not good enough. What I want is to know what he wants. And that puts him in a horrible conundrum because he can't read my mind. So I tell him, please add something, think through this practically. What is it that you want? And put it in here. So he has to change something. And then we come back and we review how it's going to help us with our financial goals. Okay. And I don't take out the thing that he wants. Now, it can't be unreasonable, but I don't deny him the carefree, fun things that he likes to do. And he actually usually will put some stuff in there for me too, to make sure that I'm a real person, and have some fun. So anyway, that's how we do it. I recommend that the person who wants to do the budget does the first draft. So if you're here and you're excited, you get to crunch the numbers, get excited, go see that reality. Then you go and you ask your spouse to make those changes. You'll see in the directions for all of this in the directions for your guided discussion in this lesson. Okay. Now, building and following a budget can actually be really frustrating, especially if you haven't done it before. Okay. If this is your first budget, you're probably going to be frustrated, guys. It usually takes about 3 months to get the hang of budgeting and following your budget. So don't think you're going to be perfect off at the beginning. You are a human, you are not a robot, and you don't have nobody is good at numbers. Okay. So give yourself some time to get it right. And I know that's an absolute, there's somebody who's good at numbers. No, even the people who are good at numbers are really bad at numbers. Okay. Forgive yourself for your mistakes and learn from them. That's all a mistake is an opportunity to learn from it and to get better. When I'm going through budgets with my coaching clients, I ask them a few questions. Okay. And this is a few questions. Do you have any events coming up this month that you need to budget for? Birthdays, weddings, or anything else? Anything in the next 3-6 months? Anything like that? Are you celebrating any holidays this month or in the next 3 months? Should you put money aside for that? What do you currently have in your emergency fund? You'll see that category at the very bottom of your budget. What repairs will your vehicle or house need in the coming few months? Anything you can predict? If your house needs a new roof or siding or anything like that, let's start predicting that. Let's build a sinking fund for that. That's usually pretty expensive. What month do you usually pay your quarterly or annual bills? Those bills are usually like car registrations and inspections, property taxes, income taxes, some insurances, things like that. So if you have quarterly or annual bills, put them in here and put in the notes what month. Here's another question. How are you doing on your medical expenses? Are you going to the dentist and your primary care physician regularly? Does anyone need glasses or medical work done soon? Take care of yourself. Let's put that in the budget. How are you putting your marriage first? Do you have money set aside for dates, babysitting if you have kids? Are you clearly prioritizing your relationship in your budget? If I were to read your budget now, would I say, okay, this is a marriage that prioritizes the marriage, that this is a couple that prioritizes spending time with each other or whatever your love language is. There is no better teacher than experience. Okay. So just go, stop being concerned about being perfect and go do it. Dig into your budget and just start. Okay. Just go start. I'm the queen of do it now. One of my clients says that I should make a crown that says do it now, because that's my mantra. Do it now. Don't be afraid. Do it now. And guess what? You'll have time to make it as close to perfect as you possibly can. You'll get the hang of it as you do this every month. I promise you, you will get the hang of it. Oh, oh yes. Another thing you should know here, and I know this is like budgeting information overload. Budgeting is not a one and done deal. You need to follow a budgeting process every month. Every month. Your guided discussion in this section will provide a framework that you can take with you and use every month for your budget discussions. Couples who budget together thrive together. I'm excited to hear how you do and what kinds of budgeting questions you have this week. Okay, go ahead and schedule that group session. Next, you have 2 activities to do: creating your budget, then a guided discussion about your budget. Please make sure to do your activities in order. All right, let's do this, guys. I will see you in the last video. Good job coming this far.